What a powerful statement to start with. It gets right to the heart of what we're talking about today, doesn't it? That deep human need we all have for community, for acceptance, and for a place where we can just belong. So let's dive right in. We're going to take a look inside the Affirming Rainbow Peers program. Think of it less like a case study and more like a practical guide for how to create spaces where everyone, and I mean everyone, feels safe, seen, and truly supported. And here's our game plan. First, we'll get into the why this is all so important. Then we'll look at the specific group's model, break down their core methods into 3 key pillars, hear directly from the people in the circle, and then wrap up with how you can take these ideas and run with them. All right, first things first, let's start at the very foundation. Why is this work so incredibly important? Well, honestly, it all boils down to a fundamental human need: safety. You see, the key thing to understand is that safety isn't something that just happens. It has to be built intentionally. The source material really drives this home, saying that these affirming approaches are good for everyone, but they are absolutely life-changing for people with multiple structurally marginalized identities. You know, people who face systemic hurdles based on more than one part of who they are: their race, their sexuality, a disability. It's all about creating environments that actively push back against exclusion. So what does that actually look like when you put it into practice? Let's get into the specifics of the program we're exploring today, the Affirming Rainbow Peers. Okay, what's so interesting here is the language they use. This isn't just a support group. They call it a circle of practice, and that's on purpose. It completely shifts the feeling from just passively listening to actively doing. It's a space to workshop life strategies, to share your story, and to learn from each other in the moment. So if that's the what, let's get into the how. The whole program is built on 3 core pillars. These give a really clear, actionable roadmap for creating these kinds of powerful spaces. The very first pillar is all about the environment. It's about setting the stage. This stuff starts before anyone even says hello. Are there visible signs that say, "You're welcome here," like a mission statement on the wall? Do your intake forms actually reflect diversity instead of trying to cram people into neat little boxes? And, simple practical things like gender-neutral bathrooms and just making it normal to introduce names and pronouns, all of that sends a huge message. You are welcome here just as you are. And to make sure we're all on the same page with this, the source material gives us this really clear definition. Gender isn't just one simple thing. It's this whole complex spectrum of roles and expressions and identities. Getting this is really key for what comes next. Which leads us straight into pillar 2. Language. Because wow, words have so much power, right? Using someone's chosen name and pronouns, that's just a basic act of respect. But it goes deeper. It's about phrasing questions in a neutral way, like asking, "So who makes up your family?" instead of assuming things. And I love this last point because it shows the whole philosophy here. It's not about being perfect. If you mess up, you just apologize, correct yourself, and move on. Simple as that. And pillar 3 is where it all comes together in how we interact with each other. Person-centered care. This just means you treat people like they're the experts on their own lives, because they are. It's about working together, not telling people what to do. It's recognizing that someone's health is tangled up in all their other life experiences. And maybe most importantly, it's about creating that bubble of trust, of confidentiality, where real supportive relationships can actually grow. So you take these 3 pillars, the physical space, the inclusive language, and this person-centered way of being, and you start to build something truly special. But what does that actually feel like for the people inside that circle? Well, that's exactly what this next part is all about. We're going to move away from the how-to and into the human side of things by hearing directly from the participants themselves. But first, check out the ground rules that make it all possible. They look simple, but they are so profound. Confidentiality is a must. Sharing is your choice. One person talks at a time, and this one is my favorite. Focus on what's strong, not what's wrong. Just that one rule completely reframes the conversation away from problems and towards strengths. And it's inside this carefully held space that people feel safe enough to really open up. I mean, it doesn't get more direct or more powerful than this. Can you imagine the relief in finding a place where the most helpful thing isn't advice, it isn't a fix, it's just acceptance? That one word says it all. This really speaks to the reality of the journey, right? A supportive community isn't some magic wand. What it does is give you the strength and the perspective to just handle things one moment at a time, knowing you're not going through it all by yourself.
And here, this person is telling us exactly what kind of support really hits home. And you can hear the echo of those 3 pillars we talked about, can't you? It's not complicated stuff. It's encouragement, it's non-judgment. In a world that can be so critical, those are the simple, powerful gifts that build a truly healing community.
And sometimes, it's just that simple. A direct, from-the-heart expression of mutual support. That right there, that's the sound of a community that's found its strength in each other. Okay, hearing those voices is just so inspiring. So the big question is, how do we take the lessons from this circle and bring them into our own lives? It's time to go from reflection to practice. And here's the biggest takeaway. Building community out there actually starts in here. It begins with reflecting on our own journey, figuring out how to advocate for our own needs, and trying to practice the same kindness for ourselves that we want to show other people. It's only from that place that we can really connect with others for support, because hey, wellness is a team sport. And that's really the big idea here, isn't it? Creating these affirming spaces isn't always about launching some big formal program. It's about the small things we do every day, really listening, using the right name, offering an ear without judgment. Every single one of those acts is like a brick in a much larger community of care. So that leaves us with this one last question for you to take with you. This isn't about changing the entire world overnight. It's about starting with just one thing. What is one small way, maybe even today, that you can make the space around you just a little bit safer, a little more welcoming, and a little more affirming for someone else?